I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under. But now it's your turn to face the fight.
Having issues.
You having fun over there?
No.
Like, what are you doing?
No. There. Ta-da. Okay. Sorry. I hadn't moved it until now, and it was like, wait a second. This is a little wonky. What is going on
Hold
here?
Hold
Hold
on.
up. Wait 1 minute.
You know, those things happen. Welcome to Monday.
Hi, Monday. How are you doing, Monday? It felt like a Monday today, too.
Yeah. I start 10-hour days tomorrow. I'm not that upset, honestly.
Because it's
I'm really not.
more money.
No, it's because it's only
Oh, that's
the
right. You're
4
doing
days.
4 days.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not really that. It's more just the fact that I'm doing something physical. Like I'm doing physical work again. Yay!
You're getting physical.
Physical. Right.
Getting physical.
Thank you.
Yeah. I am too.
If Australia ever brought us anything.
I am too. I'm pulling cables, and the all of them are power cables,
Oh yeah.
and they're all piled on top of each other,
Yes.
and that big around.
Yeah. Super thick.
Yeah, I'm having to. When I say super thick, like I'm having to. Son of a bitch! I'm having to take like a wrench and twist it so I have leverage to pull with both hands.
Yeah.
To,
So you're doing a twist and pull.
yeah, because they want to save them for some weird reason.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
No, that I know, but I'm just saying.
So late last year.
Like last year
Yeah, like last year.
or the year before?
Late last year.
Okay,
Like closer to this year than last year.
but that's okay.
That okay?
Sure. No,
All
no,
right.
I had to.
Late last year, Israeli intelligence agents killed Iran's top nuclear scientist from 1,000 miles away using a high-powered remote-controlled sniper machine gun. All I can say is, oh, mama.
It's like yeah.
This was reported by the New York Times over the weekend, though. Like, what?
Well, because they're trying not to talk about too much about COVID at the moment.
Israel
Because
Israel didn't release this information because they weren't worried about it. They were like, yeah, we just did our job.
we're doing what we're supposed to do.
What are you doing?
You're
Yeah.
not doing nothing. You
The
dumbass.
meticulously planned November 27th, 2020 assassination plot of Mohsen Farizadeh.
Hashtag nailed it and hashtag like a native.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name for real. Considered to be the father of Iran's nuclear program, had been in the works for nearly a year. In fact, the Mossad, Israel's national intelligence agency, had been seeking to kill Farizadeh for more than a decade now.
I'm going to point out something, just a funny little thing that makes me wonder. How come that they always claim somebody is the father or the mother of something, and there's never like the brother
Cousin.
or the sister? Yeah, cousin.
Uncle. He's the uncle.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean by uncle? Well,
uncle twice removed kind of thing? That's. I'm just wondering, like, why?
Right.
Why do they never have that?
I don't know.
I think it would be funnier myself, but
I think it would be. Yeah. The redheaded stepchild.
Might you say me over on Twitter on tonight's at DOA show. Stephen Harry gets physical while at Dylan Lyles pulls his cable.
Not mine.
Yeah, he would
Definitely not mine.
the typo there, but it should be his own.
Yeah.
His own.
Own. You need
His
to
own.
add that word in
It's
there. Oh. Ew.
Do it now.
Yeah. But now that the former president, Donald Trump, appeared to have lost the election, and with his successor, Joe Biden, just weeks away from taking office at the time, it was supposed to happen. You know, nobody cared.
It's not the right time. We'll keep
Nobody cared about what happened there.
Yeah. We'll be quiet about it. It's
Right,
not
right.
the time or the place.
Especially since Biden had promised to reverse all of Trump's hardline policies on Iran.
Yeah, so why talk about it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Despite being under constant threat of assassination, the father of the nuclear program in Iran opted against using extra protective measures advised by his security team.
I don't need protection. Who
Trojan
needs
man.
Who needs this stinking protection?
Right. Instead of being escorted in an armored vehicle, he decided that he'd just drive himself and his wife to their vacation home near the Caspian Sea, back to their country home
That just made
in a black Nissan sedan.
Am I the only one that, like, when you hear that terrorists have a vacation home, am I the only one that
That's
kind of
not,
brings pause for a second and goes, wait, what?
What? Does it really pay that well?
You're a terrorist. Like, you literally...
Well, I mean, he's not, technically.
Well...
He's a scientist.
Well... By association.
Right.
But still.
He's a It's like he's a scientist for Hydra. Hydra pay pretty well, and they also give vacations, and they have dental.
You know, that's like trying to argue Mengele should still have been a good doctor afterwards.
I know. I get it.
He wasn't Hitler. He just worked for the guy. It's not a big deal.
We got a lot of scientific achievement from him afterwards.
Forget about what he did. Let's just talk about the fact that he's a good doctor.
He was really good at what he did.
And his bedside manner in certain
terrible.
conditions
It
were
was-
fantastic. No, sometimes it was fantastic.
But most of the time, it was
A
ice
lot
cold.
of times it was kind of crappy.
It was ice cold.
It was just a tad. Yeah, just a tad.
Andre 4000, in fact.
I got you.
Thank you.
I'm there.
Just wanted to make sure.
No,
We're all in that.
We're the same place.
Yeah, little did he know, driving around in his Nissan sedan, that he was that they were just waiting for him to do something stupid.
Driving around a sedan. Can you? All right. So, okay, no, stop.
No.
I can't now. See, now I'm thinking he's in the car in
With
a
his
Nissan
wife.
sedan with
With
his
his wife. Yeah.
They're heading to the
No, they're heading home from
from their
yeah.
vacation home.
Yes.
And there's the yaks going on, and he just slowly turns the radio up on some No. I can see him. No, I see him listening to like Flock of Seagulls or something. The Bee Gees. I don't know, something like that, and just kind of drowning him out.
I don't think they have those stations over there.
Please, if he has a vacation home, he can afford to get
XM.
XM.
He has XM satellite radio in his black Nissan sedan. Oh yeah, that's good. I like it. I think we can, yeah, let's do that. That's good. Yeah. Anyway, it just so happened that in Absard, the place where he lived, they happened to have hidden a remote killing machine, just well positioned, just sitting there.
I don't know why that makes me a remote killing machine.
Yeah, just one of those remote control sniper rifles.
Those little things right there that just kind of that do
we,
the thing.
we control it from 5 miles away.
Yes, which is a fantastic thought when you think about it.
Yeah. From the according to the Times, Iranian agents working for the Mossad had parked a blue Nissan pickup truck at the side of the road connecting Absard to the main highway. The spot was on a slight elevation with a view of approaching vehicles, hidden beneath a tarpaulins and a decoy construction material, and in the truck bed was a 7.62 sniper machine gun. Around 1 p.m., the hit team received a signal that Mr. Vasilka and his wife and a team of armed guards in escort cars were about to leave.
Okay.
Where many of Iran's elites have second homes, that Absard.
Yes.
Where they were about to leave there. So the assassins, a skilled sniper, took up his position, calibrated the gun sights, cocked the weapon, and lightly touched the trigger. Now, I thought this was a remote control.
That's what I was just getting ready to say.
Is this all by camera sight?
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, it could be. That could be really good cameras.
That's a hell of a good camera.
A damn good camera right there.
But I mean, do you realize?
See, here you go. He was peering in it through a computer screen in an undisclosed location about 1,000 miles away.
Oh, never mind.
He was playing a computer game with a sniper rifle.
All those years of Call of Duty finally paid off.
Iron sights my ass.
My mom said I never amount to anything.
Blow it up your butthole, Ma. Sorry.
I'm just saying.
I can't help it because it makes a lot of
All
sense.
my friends said all I was going to have was diabetes, but I got something to show for it now.
Trigger finger.
Yeah. Scoliosis.
Also, I can't turn my head. The machine gun fired. A burst of bullets hitting the front of the car below the windshield. It was not clear if these shots were hit him, but the car swerved and came to a stop. The shooter adjusted the sights and fired another burst, hitting the windshield at least 3 times. At least once in the shoulder, in Mr. Fazl's shoulder. He stepped out of the car, crouched behind the open front door, and according to Iran's Farce News.
Farce? Is it a
News?
farce?
No, it's like Farsi.
No.
3 more bullets tore into his spine through the door. Because doors don't mean protection.
Well, they don't. If you really knew what a door looked like when you took
It was
the outside,
hollow on the inside.
they all are.
Because you have to slide the glass up and down. Yeah.
It's weird, but everybody thinks there's something there. There's not.
No. You get behind a door, you're going to get shot.
It's sheet metal
It's like
on
really.
a small, thin frame.
It's basically tissue paper.
Well, not quite
Slightly
that thin.
stronger tissue paper, okay?
No. It's stronger than tissue paper.
All right, it's paper mache.
No, it's stronger than that. No, let's be realistic about it. It has about the same
Tensile strength.
as aluminum, like aluminum can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tad stronger than that, but
It's slightly.
it's stronger than that, but still
Wrap your car in aluminum foil, it's probably about the same.
not foil, like an actual can. Stop arguing with me about this. I know what cars do. I put them together enough. God. Anyway,
I'm not arguing, I'm just making you mad.
I know you're doing a damn good job too.
Anyway, so that happened. So good job, Israel.
Yeah. Now, the only thing I'm a little upset about is it took him 3 different times with, what is it, 9 bullets total.
Yeah, 3 shot burst.
Yeah.
Took you thrice.
Yeah.
Now I know it's on a computer screen. You have to sight it in.
No, but it's still crap.
But I know gamers that can do a heck of a lot better job than that.
There's like a 60-year-old lady.
I was about to say the grandma
grandma
sniper.
shooter. Yeah.
Grandma sniper. Have you guys heard about her? She's amazing.
She they call her grandma, and she plays Call of Duty, and the
she
lady
snipes
is
the crap out of people.
but not just like regular
Iron sight sniping.
not just written, but no. She uses telescopic, but not just like sniping. Okay, it's
Moving.
it's quick draw,
Like
quick sight, just pop and drop them.
she's like, I'm listening. Okay, he came from this position around here. Let me look. Pop
Yeah.
up. Look. Oh, I found him. Okay,
It's
3,
funny.
2, 1, boom, boom, and done.
It's funny.
And it's grandma. It's really grandma.
It really is grandma.
It's amazing.
Hilarious to watch her.
Oh, you guys
God
go
bless you.
go look it up, man. It's great.
And everybody that plays with her on her team loves her, and everyone that plays against her is
Hates her guts,
Yeah,
but also she'll give you cookies.
she does. She's really cool.
She'll bake cookies. But no. So before we get there, I have another announcement that came with the Middle Eastern.
Okay.
stuff. Yeah,
Well,
so-
nice to say knee over on Twitter real fast.
Oh, sure.
Apparently, they like the music idea.
Uh-huh.
So the nice to say knee. To Iran, I want to get away. To Iran, I'll drive all night and day. I want to get away. This is what Miss Prime does. Message in a bottle gains volume. He's listening to Christina Aguilera and just
No, that's Genie in a bottle.
yeah.
Message.
I wanted to go Christina Aguilera to take it the next step.
That's not the same.
That's the one where I'm taking this is my joke. Let me have my. I know message in a bottle is different.
Joke.
No, but I'm taking his joke and making it my joke
Oh,
and making
fine.
it better.
Fine.
I know message in a bottle, but it would be funnier if it was actually
Christina Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera.
Because then it's him listening to,
It's because he's driving down the road and he has to make that decision. Which do I want? What can I live with? The yak yaks, the blah blah blahs, or Christina Aguilera?
I'm going to go with the...
And he just. That's the way I see it.
Yeah. On a side note, past couple weeks been bad for the president as far as, the Middle East goes.
Just a tad.
A little bit. Some bad things have happened.
Just a tad.
But, there was that one story. Is that one story out there that America was able to use drone strikes to kill 10 terrorists
10. Count them. 1.
in one vehicle. I don't think it's where you think it is. But
If we all ride together, they'll never figure it out.
no, it's like they bombed the terrorists driving, and it was a drone strike. A drone bombing.
No, but I'm saying they couldn't for a split second go,
Multiple cars.
they'll never see it coming.
Clown car it.
They would never think of
Clown
us.
car?
Yeah.
Clown car.
It would never happen. They would never catch on to that.
Nope, never catch on. Well, apparently they didn't catch on because they actually bombed a family of 10
Ooh.
regular citizens
Oh, no.
of Iran or Afghanistan, of Afghanistan. No. They were 10. It was a family of 10. It's just a family.
Oh, no.
It was just a family of 10. So our government, because we don't have eyes on the ground anymore,
Right.
decided to bomb a vehicle
Okay.
without any real identifying factors of whether or not it is they were terrorists.
Okay.
Because once again, we didn't have anybody on the ground.
Yeah, you keep saying that. We already know. It's horrible. Okay. It sucks.
And instead of actually attacking terrorists, which was announced minutes after in press conferences, and they had news stories out and all the rest of it the very next day, and everybody was like, "Ooh, good stuff, yay!
Yeah.
We killed a terrorist." No, you didn't. You killed a family, a completely innocent group of people in the middle of nowhere.
They were on their way to their vacation home.
No, they were trying to get away.
To Iran.
Yes, that's right. That's it. That's right. Yes. No, they were. They were trying to get away. And you thwarted that attempt. And you helped the terrorists.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Job masterfully well done.
Well done, America.
Because I'm so proud of you and your stupidity.
Great job. Absolutely wonderful.
Isn't it wondermafulous?
Mm-hmm.
Living flickering over on Twitter. New York Times, quote, "How sad this lovely scientist read Arabic poetry, every line and rhymes with kill the Jews, loves puppies, dogs, enjoyed walking on the beach, and lived for every day with his little bomb, or when his little bomb would melt every Jew child in Israel." Talking about
The Fascistica.
yeah, that guy. The one that it took him 12 bullets to take
kill
him out. Yeah.
But at least one got to his spine eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But that's
Why not the head?
like stabbing somebody with a lead pencil and going, "Oh, look, you finally died of lead poisoning." 20 years later, I got you, you bastard. That's
right. Yeah,
that's
I know.
stupid.
I know. James the Giant Banana over there on the Twitters. What? Hydra has dental? Tell me more about the benefits program.
Anything beats working for a union. Anyway,
Oh, they
do
have
you
a
think
union.
Hydra would
They
be
have a
unionized?
union, yeah.
Nah.
Everything else does.
I don't think they would. I don't think
It's not a union against Hydra, though.
No, but I don't think it has time to have a union.
Yeah, they do.
No.
Come on.
No.
Think about all the people that are sitting there doing nothing. Security.
No. If anybody was union, I think it'd be AIM.
It's true.
Something about Modoc just kind of makes me go, yeah, he looks like he'd be a teamster.
He's a union guy.
He's a teamster.
He's definitely a teamster.
TechRoot 2024 at DOA Show and hashtag arm yourselves. This commentary seems to doubt the story. Iranian nuclear scientist was not killed by a robot.
Well, duh.
They didn't say it was a robot.
Nobody said it was a robot. They said it was a sniper rifle remotely controlled.
Oh, I don't think it was a sniper rifle because I don't know of a sniper rifle that fires off three-round
round shots, yeah. It's true.
But it's a whole lot easier to just find a gun somewhere than it is someone with it.
Right?
But hey.
I mean, whatever. I mean,
So,
whatever.
this pisses me off.
A little bit, yeah, because we live here.
A three-judge panel in North Carolina recently struck down a voter photo identification law passed in the state. Once again, trotting out the tired argument that such a law discriminates against black residents. The 2-1 ruling issued Friday, the Wake County Superior Court concluded that the Republican lawmakers who passed the law were motivated, quote, at least in part by an unconstitutional intent to target African-American voters, end quote.
And that's where we pause.
I really am going,
That's where we pause. No, we pause right there.
No, we're going to pause.
And the reason why we pause there is because when you are a court, superior court, you aren't looking at the intent.
That's not your job.
Your job is not looking at the intent or whatever. If it was your intent, no, you look at the action and the cause, and that's it.
Yep.
Now, if you can have, you have to have identification, photo ID to buy cigarettes, right?
You do.
You have to have photo ID to buy alcohol, right?
You do.
You have to have photo ID to buy, and you also have to pass a background check to buy a gun. Am I correct?
You do.
And that is actually something that's constitutionally, that's a right, not a responsibility. That's a right. You have a right to that constitutionally. And yet we say it's okay to do photo IDs, and also you can run a background check just so everybody feels good about it. But this is a responsibility. This is a constitutional responsibility of the public. And you're telling me that having a voter ID, a photo ID, is somehow unconstitutional?
Yes.
When for a right that is demanded of our government, we have to have it along with additional verifications of who we are and what we are and what we've done.
Well, you have to take things a tad further. Forget just buying things. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Forget buying things.
Okay, sure.
If you want to, I don't know, have a job,
You got to have photo ID.
you got to have ID. You have to have identification of who you are when you fill everything out. They want to have proof of all that stuff.
Yep.
And that one even goes to citizenship, so you can't go.
Yeah, that's just straight citizen. Yeah, that's voter ID. That's not photo ID. That's also a social security number and all the rest of it. Yeah.
You got to have a photo ID to rent a car. You have to have a photo ID
To
to have
drive.
a credit card to drive. There isn't a whole lot that goes on
In your life,
that
where you're
don't-
not supposed to have
you
some
don't
sort
end
of
up
photo
using
ID.
your ID.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that they want to turn around and sit there and go, well, the intent is against African Americans. I'm going to find time. I'm right hand to God. I'm going to find a way, possibly this Saturday. I think we need to hit the streets.
I think so.
We're
I
going
think
to
it might be
find
a good
this
idea.
rule. We're going to find this thing, and we're going to go out and we're going to find out. And we're just talk solely to black people.
So here's the funny thing.
I
This
want-
thing was voted into place. It was vetoed, and then by supermajority, it was voted back into place, and then it got lawsuited.
Yeah.
So this has been going on for like 2 years now. It's really bothersome, honestly.
Yeah, just
You want to do a man on the street thing, or what do you
I'm
want to do?
thinking about it. Yeah.
Like what? Take
Not
the
quite
actual
a
voter
man-
ID bill, or what?
Yeah, I want to take either the bill or the ruling or have it all wrote out there and whatever. And I just want to talk to people.
And figure it out.
And get real people in, and hell, we'll be in Wake County if we have to. And we'll
Sure,
just
why
say,
not?
hey, what do you think about this?
Let me ask you a quick question.
Quick question. This is not anything.
Do you think?
And we
it
might
should
have to
be-
construct it properly
Yeah.
so it's not feeling like they're being swayed or any of this other crap.
No, just flat out.
But
Having a photo ID
huh?
required to vote.
Not even to vote. Do you have a problem as a black person? Well, let's start off. Do you have an ID?
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Do you have a photo ID?
Do you have a problem showing your ID to buy anything or to do anything?
Yes or
well,
no?
No matter what it is, whether it's you're renting furniture, whether you're buying a car or renting a car, whether you're getting a loan, going to bank, none of anything as it. Do you have a problem showing your ID? No.
No. Most likely it's going to be
It's
no.
going to most likely be no. Do you have a problem then using your ID to vote? And that's it.
And the answer is probably going to be
And
no.
well, and that's what I'm saying. And then just leave it at that. We're not going into discussions. We're not going into long, giant diatribes and BSs. It's going to be literally, here's what it is. Boom.
Yeah. Yes,
And
no.
and do a whole bunch of them. And
Just a bunch of yes, no's. There is no maybe. There's yes and no.
And then we'll throw it out to Chris and get him to throw them
That's
all
going to
together.
take a lot of time. We're going to do that on the weekends. You know that, right?
No, I'm saying we'll just take a Saturday, possibly the Saturday, just a couple hours,
Uh-huh.
and just throw it out there.
Just kind of see.
Enjoy. Have Chris put
Where do you
it
want to
together.
go? Do you want to go like Capitol Building? Do you want to go like
Oh, I don't care. We can go to. Well,
we go to Wake County? Do you want to go like Wake County Capitol Building? Do you want to go through and start set up a booth somewhere? Or what do you want to do?
This is Defenders Live.
Can't you just see it now? Like you and I walking down the street in matching shirts, knocking on people's doors, or like asking,
no.
or
I'm
going
not knocking
around
on
and
anybody's door.
whoever's walking around, just be like, hey, you got a second?
I'd be like, hey, how are you doing?
How you doing?
Now that was just creepy. That was beyond creepy.
Well, I mean, that's what it is.
I don't like it.
Well, duh. Nobody likes it, and that's the point. That's the point of it all.
I hate this argument, though. I really do.
It's pretty stupid.
It doesn't make sense. And again, like you mentioned earlier, it is not the place of the court.
Constitutional or unconstitutional, that is the point.
Yeah. To decide whether an intent is there. You don't shut it down because you want to say it's intent. The intent.
That's the other thing. Intent is all about the person looking at it.
Yeah.
You can't tell somebody else's intent by what they did, by the actions that they did.
No, that's assuming.
That's assumption. So you, as the person, it was a 3-panel judge, 3 panels.
Every single one of them were bought and paid for.
Well,
by the
one
Cooper.
said it was.
No, but
it was
the
good.
whole thing is.
Yeah, it's stupid. But the 3-panel judge, okay, judgeship, and 2 out of the 3 flat out said that it was unconstitutional partially because of your intent.
Yeah.
How do you know intent unless you yourself are part of the issue?
Yep.
How do you know the intent? Did they state that their intent was to stop black people from voting? No. No, you saw Republican and you thought racism. And that by itself makes your judgment null and void. Because you assumed racism where there wasn't any.
Because you're a giant jackass.
Right. Because you, as a person, suck balls.
Pretty much.
And you don't belong on the court.
Nope. Hopefully we can get some of that fixed here.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Those people are in there for life.
Let's see here. B from the SUV could be worse. Could cut your heart out with a spoon. It'll hurt more. And then Princess Bride there.
Rusty spoon.
Rusty spoon.
Rusty spoon.
That's what makes it worse.
Yeah.
Adam W. Johnson. We know that the Daily Bugle is not union, but Peter Parker could file a grievance for his boss harassing him all the time when he was Spider-Man.
Especially after it's known that he's Spider-Man.
Oh, I know. Sweatimus Prime at DOA Show. It goes a bit further than that. I believe you could say the voters elected the officials to craft the election law. The people that would need ID to vote said, yes, we want that. And then these judges decided, no, you can't do that. Exactly. Because again, they're going by intent, which is not even remotely what their, that's not their job by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
Any Bolivian flickering over Twitter. Is it unconstitutional to require an ID for people who visit Democratic National Headquarters? I don't know. It's a good
Probably
question.
not, because they do require it.
Yeah. Sweatimus Prime is suggesting frame with a list of things that require an ID and ask if they would be okay with an ID to vote.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can kill far more people with a vote than anything else.
Yeah, that's true. Also, he adds into wear lab coats and carry clipboards. That way it's official.
Does that mean I have to put my glasses on too?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, I've already got the glasses, so it's all
Yeah,
good.
you're fine.
Yeah, it's all
Fine. I'm serious. I'm thinking about doing this because it needs to get done.
Right.
It really needs to get done, and I'm tired of this crap. It's
Maybe we can get like a whole litany of people doing this. Maybe we can
well,
set up,
I mean,
like-
but it's a matter, like I said, we just walk around and somebody films and the other person just, and we'll have to get a little.
Oh, we got the
We got the little, and then we just back and forth it and just. So what do you think? And
yeah,
just,
we got the lapel mic.
and then we'll send it to Chris, and Chris can throw it together and put it up on the thing. And we can start sharing it around
on
because
the things and stuff.
yeah, because this is ridiculous. I'm beyond. We're all losing our country here, state by state, spot by spot.
It's pretty crazy.
When judges can go through and literally just decide against the will of the people
Willy-nilly,
based off of intent.
which is very difficult to prove. You can't prove intent, which
I was
is why
saying
they
it's not.
use it.
It's not difficult. It's impossible.
Right. You can't prove intent.
Unless
Ever.
even they could say, no, my intention was this. You still can't prove
But
that.
I don't know that. I can't tell you that. You can't. It's like, oh, Hillary Clinton's intent wasn't to erase all of her information. Yeah, she was just trying to back up her server or whatever when she scrubbed it down. Yeah, whatever. No.
So when it was Prime, if I wasn't already working, I'd come intern for a day on this project.
Might send you down to Charlotte.
Shit, I ain't going to Charlotte.
Not you.
Oh. I mean, you could. I don't know. I just I'm tired of this crap.
It's bull hockey.
The Giants of the Hockeys. and
Yeah.
the Bulls.
Speaking of bull hockeys,
There's more bull hockey.
the Pfizer and BioNTech. Like I did that?
I know. No, see, here's what's bad. It's BioNTech.
No, it's BioNTech.
No, but it's like plug and play.
I know.
So that's what I'm saying.
I know, but it's-
but whoever think BioNTech, like when you hear plug and play or something, anything with an N like that to
yeah.
be and,
Right.
it's cheesy and cheap.
Also, technically, plug and play, there's a dash.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, there's a hyphen there.
That's true.
Yeah, so Pfizer and BioNTech say that their COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective for children ages 5 to 12 or 5 to 11 now.
Oh, good. So let's just hit them early
Right.
and just chalk them up with this stuff now.
Yeah. The biopharmaceutical company now plans to submit data supporting the announcement to the U.S. FDA for emergency use authorization amid the coronavirus pandemic. Of course, we already know that we have about 15 other ways to fight the coronavirus, so there shouldn't be an emergency use authorization available anymore, but it's still there.
Can we stop calling it a pandemic?
Can we stop calling it emergency use?
Well, no, it's not a pandemic. Pandemic, it means there are people literally dying in the street. You're walking around and people collapse on spot and die.
Dead.
You
Or literally the hospitals are actually overflowing with death.
Yes, it's
Not with being sick, because that's normal.
Yeah.
death,
No, we're talking it's something that equates to literally,
dying.
Monty Python, bring out your dead.
Right,
Like
yeah.
it's that. That's
Not
a pandemic.
dead yet.
I feel happy. That's what a pandemic is. This is not a pandemic. And I am sick and tired of it.
It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad, my ass.
Pretty bad, yeah. In a Monday news release, the company said that that a trial, including more than 2,000 children, determined that the vaccine is both safe, tolerable, or well tolerated, and showed robust neutralizing antibody responses.
Because 5 to 11-year-olds don't have, really good antibodies, right?
Right,
Right?
right.
They don't have
Right.
that. Okay.
Okay. So it's a funny story, real quick.
Is it really?
Side note. I went to go pick up my daughter today at school because the wife is picking up all the other kids and I was home. So I picked her up. Well, I happened to be flipping through the radio stations and I found a channel and there was a caller. Okay. And the caller went on to let us know that his entire family had gotten COVID.
Okay.
Like early on.
Yeah.
Gotten the COVIDs, right?
Everybody.
And his wife is a nurse.
Okay.
His wife also had to get the vaccine.
Okay.
So,
Isn't that
yeah,
pointless?
Yes,
Just a tad?
right.
Okay.
Well, recently his entire family had to get tested for antibodies to verify whether or not they had the antibodies
Okay.
or if they needed to have another vaccine shot.
Now, she is the only one that got the shot, right?
Right.
Okay. But everybody else had already got it and therefore should have the antibodies.
And so did she.
Gotcha.
So she should have had the antibodies. as
Should
well.
have.
Right. She didn't. They did. She didn't.
Uh-huh. Because it neutralized it.
Uh-huh. Apparently in her body, from what it seems now,
Okay.
what it seems, apparently in her body, the antibodies were not only neutralized, they were neutralized and then replaced with the ones from the
The
vaccine, which die.
So let's see. You can have antibodies, natural.
Right. From having the virus or
I mean,
whatever else.
they
yeah.
die too, but
right, but no, they
they're
get
replenished
T cell
and-
immunity and all the rest of it.
yeah. Or you can replace it with something that,
Is less
like
effective
everything else that happens in this world currently,
and is man-made.
is
less
man-made.
effective.
It's less effective. It's going to break down intentionally because nothing is meant to last forever because there's no money there.
right.
Ah,
Huh.
huh. Okay.
Yeah. And so she also has to go back and get another shot now. Now, anecdotal, okay? Completely anecdotal.
Okay.
One time, there was the one family, completely anecdotal. It was just a call in from a radio show. So I can't say that that's like 100% accurate on the board.
But still,
But given the volume of numbers of people that have gotten their shots and also have to get a third because their antibodies don't actually stay and they don't become T cell,
and are conveniently coming back and
getting sick worse and worse and worse than more people.
even after they get the shot.
It's like the people that get the vaccine are actually getting sicker faster
Yeah, it's really weird.
and lasting longer and hurting more
Yeah.
and having more problems.
Not even
Not what they're saying on the news stories. They're saying the complete opposite, right?
Well, yeah, and they're not even mentioning the fact the adverse effects of the vaccines.
Yeah, and then you have things like this: CDC vaccine adverse reactions report. There's actually a column and a category for not having adverse reactions, and I don't know the full listing of this, but having no adverse reactions looks like only about 1.1%.
That's it.
Out of the sampling size that they chose. Only 1.1% did not have adverse reactions to the shot.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So you're going to have
Good,
something. Apparently, you're going to have some sort of adverse reaction to the vaccine, to the jab, to all the things.
All the things.
Yeah.
'Cause-
According to NBC News, children in the trial were given 2 smaller doses of the vaccine when compared to those doses given to Americans aged 12 and older because, if you're giving it to a kid, just give them less. because that's how it works. Both the antibody response and the side effects seen in the younger age groups were said to be comparable to those seen in similar studies of age 16 to 25-year-olds who received the full dose. Smaller body gets less amount. That's all it goes, right?
I mean, that's the argument. But
That's usually how it works. Pfizer is now testing the vaccine on children younger than 5 years old
I'll be damned.
and are said to expect trial results by the end of 2021.
Oh, good.
By the way, this was 2,000 children. I don't know. They didn't have a determinate time frame in which this was all taking place. But if they're now starting now to the end of the year, you're looking at what, 4 months?
At least.
3.5 months?
At least.
Not even 3 months. You're looking at a 3-month trial. That's it.
Yep.
A 3-month trial.
A 3-month trial.
These drugs normally take
No.
years.
They still take years. Let's just be clear about this. Just because they're injecting it with people, this is all under emergency use.
And by the way, remember, the emergency use is only if there isn't a viable option to treat it.
again, that's a whole lot, another load of crap.
Yeah.
But it's for use. None of this stuff is being cleared. All of
Even
the
the
testings,
Pfizer.
all of the testings run through like 2028 before it be official.
Right.
Before they can go through all of the proper testing, have all of the long-term checks, have all of that stuff done.
You have to
It's at
have
least
a minimum.
2028.
It's a minimum 5-year study.
But no, let's just pump everybody now and force it and make it a big deal. And then how dare you sit and argue that? Like,
I know, right?
don't
How dare us?
don't argue.
How
at
dare
all.
us argue the facts from the CDC themselves, using the CDC's facts to argue the point?
I'm just so tired of this junk.
I know.
This is retarded. And we're having to sit and deal with it. I'm
Dr. Joseph Doucheman.
Is he really a douche?
Well, yes, it's Domachowski.
Oh, then yes. Douche man.
Lead investigator of the Pfizer pediatric COVID-19 vaccine trial, said that it's the next step in the process, and that it's happening at lightning speed.
Because that's what you want, is something that happens at lightning speed.
Right. You want testing that happens at lightning speed.
Because you can be accurate when you just rush things. Everything that you've ever done that you've rushed through has turned out fantastic, right?
Perfect, right?
Perfect, not an issue
The best
anywhere.
things in the world were rushed, never planned out, never properly settled, always rushed, always put in the front on the fast lane, and yeah.
Yeah, every single time. Every single time. Not an issue at all. This is fantastic news.
No plotting, no planning, no nothing, just straight rush through it. Because that sounds like a really, really good idea.
Just saying. Federal government in 2018 rejected a proposal from Echo Health Alliance to fund back coronavirus research that included gain of function experiments with humanized and batified mice. That according to leaked documents.
Wait a second, I'm sorry. Did you say gain of function experiment?
I did. Gain of function.
And you're talking about the humanized and batified mice.
Those
are the things that the turtle freaking frog's gay.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's along those lines.
Yeah. So, who?
Yeah.
Federal government rejected a 2018 proposal from who?
Eco Health Alliance.
Oh, Eco Health Alliance.
The documents obtained from a whistleblower and published by Drastic.
That's the name.
That's the name of
Drastic. It's
okay.
all caps. It's probably
it's
an acronym
of some kind. Appeared to show that Eco Health Alliance President Peter Daszak proposed to work with researchers from the Wuhan Institute of Virology and others to inject deadly. What was that, chimeric?
Chimeric.
That's what I was afraid of. It's weird. I've never read it very often. Deadly chimeric bat coronaviruses collected in the wild into humanized mice. I want to pause there for a minute. I thought they swore up and down and said that coronavirus and
Was completely natural.
was natural. Oh, no, it was not natural.
No, they said it was.
Oh, I said it
natural.
was natural. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
because
I
it's
read
the only way that they could avoid the whole
It wasn't-
the whole gain of function experiments. That's how they have to.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Yep.
the proposed project was titled Project Defuse and was submitted to the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency in 2018 in a request for more than $14 million in federal funding.
By the way, that's DARPA. Yeah. Just throwing that out there. That's DARPA.
EcoHealth Alliance project was submitted as part of DARPA's Preempt program, which, quote, seeks to contain viral infections, diseases in animal reservoirs before viruses evolve to threaten people, end quote. DARPA ultimately rejected the project after reviewers determined that EcoHealth Alliance proposed to conduct research that violated agency's guidelines on gain-of-function research.
You mean like the same ones that the what's his face, the doctor of all America,
Fauci?
the Fauci's, in an email that was titled "Gain of Function Research" with a PDF attached to it that said "Gain of Function Research," where he was approving the gain of function research, went ahead and approved such things specifically about the coronavirus gain of function research.
Yeah. Gain-of-function research, you keep saying that. It involves experiments that intentionally make viruses more transmissible among mammals, and particularly among humans. The purpose of such research is to study how viruses in nature might evolve to become deadly to humans in order to develop vaccines and take other preemptive measures against future pandemics. But critics warn that such experiments are dangerous because they engineer new viruses in laboratories that, should they somehow escape, could themselves cause exactly the sort of pandemic researchers want to avoid.
Because when you're doing gain of function research, what you're doing is you're creating a catalyst to create an evolutionary strain of the virus.
Well, you're playing God at that point.
Yeah.
You're playing God, and you don't.
You're not supposed to do that.
You don't have that ability. So
We are very, like, humankind is very imaginative. Incredibly so.
we are definitely ones of dreams and imagination.
God gave us the mind to do anything.
A lot of amazing things.
Very, very amazing things. Things that nobody would ever have believed in generations. Do we have now in our hands? Crazy. But anyway, we also have the imagination and the freedom, God-given, freedom to do really terrible things.
Yeah.
And I understand the want and desire of protection for people, but I also understand things like virology research and gain of function is not something we need to be doing.
No.
Ever.
No.
If you want to create a virus, that's how you do it. If you want to create something that's going to kill the population, that's how you do it.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
Since the origins of COVID-19 pandemic remain wrapped in mystery, shrouded in enigma,
Thank you.
and basketed up in quandaries, some have speculated that the SARS-CoV-2 virus may have been the product of gain-of-function experiments conducted at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which is located just 20 miles from the
Huanan.
That's what I said.
Huanan.
Wuhan Seafood Wholesale Market,
Huanan.
where the first major outbreak of COVID happened.
What?
Right?
Well, considering that it was literally for the Wuhan lab that they did the things,
Yeah.
that's kind of the thing.
Documents obtained by The Intercept earlier this month confirmed that the gain-of-function research was conducted by the WIV
Wuhan,
and was
yeah.
funded by the U.S. taxpayers
Yep.
through National Institutes of Health, the grant sub-awarded by EcoHealth Alliance.
Yes.
While prominent public health officials said that the NIH director, Dr. Francis Collins, and National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease director, Dr. Anthony Fauci, has previously denied the NIH funded gain-of-function research in Wuhan, These new revelations raise questions about the NIH's standards for determining what qualifies as gain of function.
Yeah, like when you have an email that says the gain of function research with a PDF on it titled gain of function research, and you okay that?
Is that how is that the bad thing? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
Bad thing.
Because he's going over there saying things like, I never knew that there was gain of function research going on when we did the things and stuff. You got emails
Yeah.
that they have found.
But no, that you can't.
Thanks for you.
Yeah, right. According to Drastic, the documents show that DARPA rejected funding for EcoHealth Alliance 2018 proposal on the basis that, quote, they proposed to synthesize spike glycoproteins, which bind to human cell receptors and insert them into SARS-CoV backbones to assess whether they can cause SARS-like disease, end quote. Graphics with the proposal indicated that prominent scientists in the field of gain-of-function coronavirus research were to be involved, including Wuhan researcher Shi Zhengli, as well as Dr. Ralph S. Barrick, a world-renowned virologist from the University of North Carolina.
Come on and raise up.
I was thinking more along the lines of basketball. Number 48 from the University of North Carolina, standing at 6'5", Dr. Ralph S. Barrick. Okay, sorry.
That's 5'7", sorry.
Scratch that. He's got insoles in his sneakers. He's actually 5'2". Okay.
Damn.
Barrick and Shi collaborated on the gain-of-function study that was funded by the NIH and published in 2015.
Whoa.
Dr. Barrick did not respond when he was asked for a comment. DARPA reviewers flagged the Eco Alliance proposal for failing to assess potential risks of such experiments and for failing to meet agency standards of gain-of-function research proposals.
Yeah, that's kind of the bad thing there.
Multiple federal government agencies developed guidelines for funding gain-of-function research after the, quote, biosafety incidences in the federal research facilities, and, quote, led the Obama administration to implement the moratorium on all federal funding for such experiments in 2014.
Yeah.
Though the moratorium was lifted by the Trump administration in 2017, guidelines for funding such experiments remained in place.
So the guidelines are still there. Don't do gain of function, guys.
Yeah. However, the Washington Post report published in August alleged that the NIH under Collins and Fauci's leadership, quote, helped shape policy changes, end quote, that undercut the authority of the oversight bodies established to review gain-of-function research proposals.
By the way, Drastic is decentralized radical autonomous search team investigating COVID.
Drastic does have more of a ring to it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're Drastic research. Basically, their entire thing is just to research COVID and how it happened.
Yeah.
And why. How and why. All right. Anyway, continue on.
Thank you for sharing.
Just had to make sure we knew what it is.
The fact that DARPA appears to have rejected this 2018 gain-of-function research proposal for the EcoHealth Alliance raises questions about why the NIH and its sub-agency, the NIAID, approved similar research requests.
Easy. They're two separate organizations, and the EcoHealth was actually trying to get money from both sides.
Yeah, it's called double dipping.
And that happens a lot in federal government because neither of them talk to each other.
Yeah. Well, no, that's how you just get more money.
Right.
You can do what you will.
You get your research funds from everybody.
When asked to confirm that EcoHealth Alliance submitted this proposal, a spokesman for DARPA said the agency was, quote, not at liberty to divulge who may or may not have not substituted a proposal in response to any of the agency's solicitations, end quote.
So we can't say.
We can, but because we don't, because
We can't.
Fifth Amendment and all.
Yeah, right.
We don't want to incriminate ourselves.
Which is something that I can't say because technically as a federal agency, I'm not supposed to have a Fifth Amendment right.
But I'm using it anyway.
So there.
Because there you go.
Neener.
Adam W. Johnson over Twitter. You mean the Greys didn't create all this technology that the government then slow releases? I haven't listened to Coast since Art Bell was the host, and I still can do this stuff at the drop of a hat.
Oh my gosh, dude. Art Bell? Really?
Yeah.
That's a...
What was...
George Norrie is now the guy.
I would say George Norrie's to it. Yeah, that's...
I thought he's been on there forever, and still...
He
Art
still
Bell?
has been on there forever.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You know what else is good no matter what, forever and ever, is American Pride Roasters. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com for historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. Apparently, the world is trying to poison us and kill us, especially our government is, but at least you can have a great cup of joe. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. It's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Follow us on all social medias at DOA Show. Get your tweets in at DOA Show. We got a whole nother hour. Stay tuned.
You know, the bad part about Coast to Coast is that George Norrie sounds like NPR. Like, he talks in that way.
Yeah, he's got that.
He's got that slow creep to him.
that quiet.
Yeah, that slow quiet.
It's weird.
That's just like, It makes it really tiring. It does. And, you know, especially since it's midnight to 3.
I don't think that's really when it does it, though.
No, it's not. Because he's on Pacific time. But
Have fun with that for a minute.
what? All right. Probably won't, but all right.
Do it anyway.
All right, fine. Fun. Oh,
Just because you'll see
how stupid it is.
yes,
Oh my god.
irritatingly stupid, and yet
So easy. Oh my
well
god,
it
it's so
works.
easy.
how well it works.
Dude, George Norrie.
When I used to repo at night, I'd get tired of just listening to the same stupid songs and whatever, and so I would put it on there, and it would be on the talk radio
Coast to
show.
Coast with George Norrie.
You listen to some really weird stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Learn about aliens and all of
Ghosts
that junk.
and Stoof.
Yes,
The Ghost and Stoof. That's the best.
Pleiadians or whatever that was. All kinds of goofy things.
Polynesians.
That's really what it was.
Israelite Tang.
Da, 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 da.
His name was
all this
Roberto
bad
Bro.
news is giving me a
What?
cytokine storm headache. I hope I said that right.
Probably not.
2,000 kids as guinea pigs. Did they ask to volunteer to take that risk? I know. I thought that too.
The heck happened?
Oh, I kicked back.
Apparently.
3-month study. Did they expect the kids to be dead by the end of the year? No, they're not expecting. They're hoping.
That's the plan.
That's what they're shooting for. Da 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 da
Da da da
da
da.
da da da.
Yeah, I'm obviously gonna keep it. Come on.
Look at the varieties that you have.
Oh my.
I'm telling you, it's fun. Da, 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 da.
Well, that helped. Oh wait, what? I must have death touch.
That's fine because
I see that now.
yeah, but oh yeah, you already looked at it. Do 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 do.
Do.
Yeah, I know.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, really bleeding. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under.
Oh, yay, hour 2.
Everybody talking about the COVIDs and how it's going to make them all sad.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yep.
Happy
Sorry.
Monday.
Happy
It's what we do.
Bloody Monday.
Bloody. Failed presidential candidate, former 3-term Congressman Beto O'Rourke.
Oh, wait, I remember that guy.
Other-
You mean Robert Francis?
Robert Francis.
Robert
yeah.
Frankie?
Yeah, old
Bob
Bobby Frank. Is reportedly setting his sights lower than the highest office in the land and is instead looking to fill the highest office in the state of Texas.
What?
According to the Sunday Axios report, O'Rourke is prepping to run for governor of Texas in November of 2022. That's great.
Isn't that special?
Isn't that wonderful?
good?
O'Rourke, according to the report, has been surveilling political allies across the state to gauge whether he should run and will reportedly make a related announcement later this year. O'Rourke's former chief of staff, David Wysong, told the outlet that the former presidential candidate has yet to make an official decision. Quote, "No decision has been made at this time," he told the outlet. O'Rourke has been making and receiving calls with people from all over the state. End quote. Former congressman unsuccessfully ran for Senate in 2018 against Republican Senator Ted Cruz.
The Cruise Man.
So just think about this for a moment.
Yeah.
He was already in Congress.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then he tries to go for the presidency. Doesn't
Yes.
win. Then tries to go back into Congress or in the Senate. Doesn't win. Now he's going to shoot for governor.
Yes.
I'm going to go on a limb and say he doesn't win. Just my humble opinion.
Just your humble opinion?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Maybe so.
Gilberto Hinojosa, chairman of the Texas Democratic Party, told the outlet that the party hopes O'Rourke will run. That's a mouthful. Quote, "We think he'll be our strongest candidate. And we think he can beat Abbott
And Costello?
because he's vulnerable." Oh. Abbott is vulnerable. I'm going to, really? To say a
Abbott?
guy in a wheelchair is vulnerable?
Greg Abbott.
Yes.
That Greg Abbott is vulnerable.
Yes. Yes, he is, apparently.
How?
Yeah.
Explain this to me.
Yeah,
Please. Lucy, you have some splainings to do.
didn't they say that Cruz was vulnerable?
They said everybody's vulnerable.
No, but I mean, when it was going on, I'm talking about his specific races.
Oh, yeah. Every time that Robert Francis O'Rourke tries to step in, it's constantly, oh, yeah, he's vulnerable.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Abbott, Hinojosa continued, is failing Texans with his, quote, prohibition against mask and vaccination mandates, end quote, which he said have not gone over well with residents.
No.
That's a lie, sir. Everybody, it has nothing to do with even just Texas. Everybody wants to be left alone to do as they choose to do. The problem with it is people like Hinojosa and all of the other politicians and all their stupidness,
Uh-huh.
want to continue to just kind of drive wedges and instigate and stir the pot and cause problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guarantee you that if you turn around and just said, y'all do what you want to do, leave it alone, and let the people do what they choose to do, people would be okay with it. Some would get vaccinated, some wouldn't. Some would wear masks, some wouldn't. And everything would be fine. The people would be okay. You would need to mandate anything because mandates, again, is not a law, and yet you're treating it as such. It's called an abuse of power. And at least Greg Abbott is not abusing his power, at least in that
Vain.
that vein,
Yeah.
in that regard. Quote, continuing on, and with the abortion law, Republicans have raised the anger level of Texas women higher than anyone has ever seen before, end quote, he added. Again, the only reason why this is a problem is because people like you stir the pot, you lie, you twist truth around, and you manipulate.
Yeah.
Period.
That's it.
Again, I've had conversations about this before. The law is set up to where the civilians, the people, the citizens are responsible for upholding it. If they choose to not do it, then they choose to not do it. That's how you would find out for sure at that point that you putting the power back into the hands of the people.
That'd be good.
And they don't like that. They say, no, ladies of Texas, you're being, hindered. Therefore, this is a horrible thing, not realizing that they have power.
Ladies of Texas, you are being hindered.
In a hypothetical matchup, in a recent poll in the Dallas Morning News and the University of Texas of Tyler shows that O'Rourke narrowed the gap with Abbott 37-42 after facing a 12-point deficit in July. The poll also found that 45% of Texans surveyed believe that the state is on the wrong track, and just 54%, I read those backwards, that 54% of Texans surveyed believe that the state is on the wrong track, and 45% of those surveyed approve of Abbott's performance. The poll, which has a margin of error plus or minus 2.9% percentage points, was conducted September 7th through the 14th and surveyed 1,148 registered voters.
That's actually, not a terrible amount considering, but that's really not that much from where you live.
No, but it makes me want to move out there more. So many issues are on the table. Yeah, that according to pollster Mark Owens, a political scientist at UT Tyler. Quote, the collective attention of what the state is doing and leading the country on is not even confined to just one message, end quote. The New York Post reported that Abbott has raised more than $55 million for his reelection bid. A gubernatorial run could potentially pit O'Rourke against actor Matthew McConaughey. All right. Who has reportedly been mulling a run since March, the Post added. McConaughey has not announced whether he would run as a Democrat or Republican or independent if indeed he decided to run.
Well, that's the thing. So McConaughey's he's a Democrat.
Yeah.
Don't you know that?
And aren't we forgetting about Colonel Allen West? Aren't we forgetting about Chad Prather? Aren't those guys running for governor too?
They should be.
I believe.
In general, yeah.
I believe I've heard that somewhere before.
I believe
that those guys are running there as well. So to just sit here and say O'Rourke is pitted against Matthew McConaughey, he's also against two other people, very prominent, very respected in the state of Texas. Do you really think for a second that you could? No, it's just O'Rourke and Matthew McConaughey. Okay,
right.
Roger that.
Sure, because that's what's really going on here.
Yeah. Oblivion flickering over Twitter. This time, Beto O'Rourke's strategy is to change his name to Cato O'Walk to pick up the Asian vote.
Got to pick up that Asian vote, buddy.
Since the Hispanics can't stand him.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, nobody can stand him. Like, honestly, nobody can. I don't understand how this guy is as active as he is and how he keeps going. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, maybe...
It does make sense. He's got nothing but money and time.
Nothing but money and time, yeah.
So, there you go.
I guess so.
James in Louisiana, shall not be infringed, does a pretty good job of expressing intent.
Generally speaking, yes.
Knights who say knee, perhaps Beto could run for animal control. His skateboard can make him nimble enough to go after the animal pollution. There you go. Adam W. Johnson, Prather will kick O'Rourke's ass.
That is true, yeah.
So there you go. Like I said, and I know Allen West is running too. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I kind of know Colonel West a little bit better.
Just a hair.
I mean, not crazy, but I know him
Not a lot,
a
but
bit
still.
better. And so I'm kind of more in that vein.
You're leaning that way.
If I happened to be in Texas and I was voting, I would be voting for Colonel West, probably.
The
not,
Beddoes.
not saying that
Not the Beddoes.
definitely not Beddoes, and not saying that Prather isn't good. He is.
Yeah.
He's smart. He's a man of conviction.
Sure.
So is Colonel West.
Yeah,
You know,
very much so.
the only thing with Colonel West that worries me just a teensy-weensy little bit
Just a hair?
is he has been in the political realm, but on the edges. Like, he knows a lot of people and so I don't know how much he may or may not have been tainted.
A lot. He's been
Well,
tainted
but not
a lot.
necessarily. Just so we're clear, we don't know. Again,
He's been tainted quite a bit.
Alan West?
No, I'm just joking.
I was going to say.
I'm messing with you because I have to at this point.
I got tickled. I ran into him at Love Airfield.
Did you really?
I got a picture with
Dallas
him.
Love?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was flying back here.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
I was leaving Dallas. I was flying out of Love Airfield, and I'm sitting there, and I had like hours before I was supposed to be there. But you got to check out of the hotel at
You got to do something, right?
yeah. My flight was at like 2, and I didn't have to be. I had to be out of the hotel by like 9 or some BS.
So whatever.
So I'm sitting in the airport because I have nothing else to do, and I'll never forget it. I'm at the Whataburger right there,
Yep.
of course,
Of course.
at Love Airfield, and I'm eating, and all of a sudden there's this guy who walks past me. And I recognize him, and I'm like, I know that guy. I know that guy.
I know that guy.
And it took me a minute. I couldn't think of what his name was. I couldn't, I was drawing a complete blank, but I'm looking at him going, I know him. That's, finally found it, and I went, holy smokes. And he was piddling doing something in one of the stores or whatever, and he walked on towards the gate. I was a little upset because I did hurriedly eat my food
Sure. Right.
because I
Hurriedly eated your food.
hurriedly eated my food.
Well, you had to at that point.
And conveniently enough, he was in the same terminal section.
Yeah.
I mean, not the same exact same terminal, but the same.
He was in the
section.
same area.
Yeah. And I walked up and I said, I hate to bother you and excuse me, but are you Alan West? And he's like, yeah. And
Yes,
we
he
had
is.
a decent conversation back and forth. He, obviously he's all about football and great guy.
Right.
Great guy. So I'm so proud of that picture.
That's
I really
good.
am.
It's a good picture to have.
I gotta see about getting it off of the computers and stuff, and
It'd be good to have to hold on
because
to.
I was gonna say because I want to have just one more way of making sure I have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it was weird. I was like, do you mind? And he's like, no, I didn't mind at all. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
So remember when we were talking about things and stuff
Things and stuff.
about that abortion law that happened in Texas?
Yeah.
When we were talking about that and we were saying, it's a civil lawsuit. It's not a
Federal.
it's not a criminal. It's not a state. It's civil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a Texas doctor is openly bragging about violating the Lone Star State's controversial abortion law now.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there I am.
Oh, there it is. You still got the pictures. Look at you.
I know I had it. I just, like I told you, I want to get it off the thing.
So that law, known as SB 8,
Yes.
took effect after the Supreme Court declined to block the law.
Okay.
Yeah. Dr. Alan Braid, an OBGYN physician
Well, if you're an OBGYN, of course you're a physician.
who works in San Antonio.
It's a bit redundant.
Well, it is, but that's what they claimed. He works in San Antonio. He
Okay.
wrote an essay for
An
for the Washington Post titled "Why I Violate Texas's Extreme Abortion Ban."
When I can't type. Okay.
In that article, Braid bragged about performing an abortion days after the SB 8 took effect and framed his unlawful acts against the unborn child as dutiful and courageous.
Why?
Goes, and I quote, "On the morning of September 6th, I provided an abortion to a woman who, though still in her first trimester, was beyond the state's new limit. I acted because I had a duty. a duty of care to this patient. All I do, as I do for all patients, and because she has a fundamental right to receive this care.
You know who said the exact same thing? Kevorkian
It's true.
and Gosmer.
Right.
Or Gosnell, I'm sorry.
Gosnell, yeah.
Gosnell. Same thing.
Yeah, Braid explained that he began his medical residency in 1972, 1 year after the 1 year before, sorry, not after, before the landmark Supreme Court case Roe v. Wade, which actually doesn't legalize anything, but he says legalized abortion. The doctor claimed that because of the Supreme Court declining to block the Texas law, it's 1972 all over again. Throughout his essay, Braid positively referred to the abortion process, which kills babies, as abortion care. It's abortion care.
Abortion care.
Abortion care. Braid acknowledged that by performing an abortion, he opened himself up to consequences as laid out by the Texas law, but the doctor said he performed the abortion to help challenge SB 8. Quote, I fully understood that there could be legal consequences, but I wanted to make sure that Texas didn't get away with its bid to prevent this blatantly unconstitutional law from being tested. Well, sir, seeing as you're an OBGYN and not a constitutional scholar, I would have to say that you don't have, if you're going to go by...
You're a moron.
You're a moron.
Just saying.
From one unscholarly person to another unscholarly person, you are a moron.
Dumber than a box of hammers.
Once again, you can't have constitutional rights without having life first.
Dumbass.
So you killing something is ending their ability to have those rights.
But who cares?
Especially if it's human, because that's who the rights are for.
Who cares?
Humans.
Who cares?
Your abortion care is killing humans.
Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nope. They don't give a flying fig.
Special over there.
Uh-huh. I'm kind of doing something here.
What are you doing?
So I want to.
What are you?
I'm doing it from two different angles.
Okay.
So I just want to
All right.
see.
Why didn't you do it on there?
Because I didn't want to do clicks and move stuff around.
Okay, well, whatever. You got it? What
Yeah, I'm working on it. Okay.
All right, sure.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I got hung up on the whole abortion care thing.
Abortion care.
Definition of abortion.
Yeah.
1, the termination of a pregnancy after, accompanied by, resulting in, or closely followed by the death of an embryo or fetus, such as spontaneous expulsion of human fetus during the first 12 weeks of gestation.
Hold on. Whoa.
Hold on. That's counting as a miscarriage.
Thank you. No. It says compare miscarriage.
Compare miscarriage. It's
No. That is not an abortion.
spontaneous expulsion of it. Spontaneous means yes, it is. It's an accident.
Spontaneous means it happened. We didn't know it was going to happen.
No.
But it happened. An abortion is planned.
Yeah, but I'm saying spontaneous expulsion. It still counts as an abortion if you have a miscarriage.
Oh,
Because the process is still to a point, depending on, and I know this from experience.
the body quote aborted a fetus.
Yes, you can argue that, but I'm saying
Sure.
depending on how far along you are, and I know this for a fact because I went through it twice.
Yeah.
The further along, the further into the pregnancy you go, the more you actually have to treat it like an actual abortion. The process is still the same. The DNA,
Because they have to get it out.
yeah, it's all the same.
Gotcha. Okay.
B, induced expulsion of human fetus, which is Plan B and all that.
Right.
The day after pill.
Induced,
and all that,
yeah.
C, expulsion of fetus by domestic animal, often due to infection at any time before completion of pregnancy.
Excuse me?
Compared
That's the
to
animal version.
contagious
Okay,
abortion.
that's the mammal thing.
Yeah, mishapen thing or person, or misshapen thing. Abortion is a misshapen thing. Is another definition. Number 2A is
You're an
misshapen
abortion.
thing or person. Look at monstrosity. B, informal, sometimes offensive. Something regarded as horrific or disgustingly bad. 3, arrest of development as of part of process resulting in imperfection, also as such result of arrest. Okay, so let's go just for the
okay.
2B, informal and sometimes offensive. Something regarded as horrifically or disgustingly bad.
So in general, an abortion by itself, if you're just looking at the word, yes, this is a secondary definition, but still, if you take the secondary definition, you understand that if the secondary definition is that means the primary definition is also considered part of that.
Yeah, but I'm going back to the whole, he calls it abortion care. So for actual,
right.
because again, words have meanings.
Disgustingly bad care.
Yeah, horrifically and disgustingly bad care. So why
Correct.
the hell would you want it?
That is correct.
And it is.
That is completely correct.
But again, you're calling it care.
Abortion care.
Do we need to look up what care means? Because I'm pretty sure that those two are diametrically opposed to each other.
Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, probably. 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 Like, yeah, probably.
I would bet appendages of my body that they're completely opposite of one another.
Maybe. Okay.
It might. I mean, one might go so far as to call it a straight up oxymoron.
I mean, maybe.
Except for I always thought oxymorons, even though they were opposites, made sense. This doesn't make sense.
The essential meaning of care. 1, the effort made to do something correctly, safely, or without causing damage.
Not horrifically or disgustingly bad.
Also not killing something. 2, things that are done to keep something healthy and safe. 3, things that are done to keep something in good condition.
Again, not something regarded as horrifically bad or disgusting. Or excuse me, it's horrifically bad or disgustingly bad. Like when you're throwing adjectives onto an adjective, when you have descriptors for descriptors, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why people want to sit and constantly argue with this stuff. You're talking about the slaughter of an innocent unborn human being. You don't have that right.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but if that right is going to be allowed to be exercised and it's going to happen, then I think we just need to get rid of murder as a crime altogether.
Sorry, what?
I didn't stutter. If we can kill babies and it's nothing,
Completely fine.
then why can't we kill anybody? Why can't we just blow someone's brains out? Why is it that because some reason that passes through the birth canal,
Suddenly makes it
there's
something
some
different.
weird transformation?
Right.
It changes from being nothing into life. Why is there a difference?
I mean, you can physically, you can look at and see in the womb when life happens.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Ultrasounds and everything else, you can watch it move.
Do all the
Do
rest.
all kinds of junk.
You can microscope, and they've done it in like the little plastic bags so they can see what happens exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Literal spark.
Yeah.
Literal spark of life happens.
I don't understand what the problem is. If you can kill an unborn child at any stage, because that's what a lot of them are still pushing for. Forget the fact that, it's, people come back and, well, it's still within the first trimester. It doesn't matter. If you are okay with the merciless slaughtering of an unborn child,
Right.
then you should have no problems with anybody getting killed under any circumstances for any reason.
For whatever
deliberately or otherwise.
Yeah, you should not be. If you're okay with killing babies, you shouldn't even think about worrying about criminals.
Yeah. It should
People
be.
who are in jail, don't even worry about reform.
Yep.
Just go ahead and kill them.
None of it shouldn't be in jail for that. That's for sure.
You should just kill them.
Yeah. Death should be
Whatever they
no
did,
big deal
just
at this point.
kill them.
I don't see what the issue is.
I don't see either. guys, if they don't allow them to try and reform themselves, then they can't be better people. You know, they gotta try and be better people.
Wait, what?
Yeah, people in jail.
Oh, I'm just talking period.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like, let's go criminals. If we go criminals, why aren't we just shooting them all when they are, once they, hey, you committed a crime?
I don't see what the problem is. I really don't. We can't be half-assing this. If it's wrong in one section, it's wrong across the board.
Mm-hmm.
If it's okay in one section, then it needs to be okay across the board. This picking and choosing crap is stupid.
And understand there is a difference between there's a difference between a baby who hasn't done a thing to anybody other than being born or not quite being born yet.
Yeah.
And a person who willingly took the life of somebody else. You know, willingly raped somebody, willingly destroyed a life. Those are two very different things.
But yeah, and if you have no problems killing an unborn innocent child,
then you shouldn't have a problem with the person that raped the person or the person that killed whatever else dying.
Yeah.
Either. And yet you do. So I don't understand. What is that? Like,
one would call that, cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to say protect the baby and kill the violent criminal than it is to say protect the violent criminal and kill the baby.
And yet that's what we're doing. Just saying. Oblivion Flickering on Twitter, in a related story, O.J. Simpson wrote an article titled "Why I Killed My Wife and a Waiter." Obligatory Norm joke.
This is Defenders Live.
Sometimes I hate doing this.
What do you mean?
Just getting ill.
You hate it, but you love it.
No, and I do. It's very therapeutic for me.
In a lot of ways.
But at the same time, I'm just like, you know what?
These guys.
There's nothing. I don't know. I want to do more.
Then just get ill?
Yeah. And just yell it into here.
Okay.
I want to feel like I'm making a difference. And
we're working on it.
I know we are, but I'm just telling you. I'm just spitballing. It's called stalling while you're set up.
Well, I mean, you could be like this guy.
You
could be like this guy who decided that he was going to just harass people in the Target.
Really? You're vaccinated?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are? Because I already have natural immunity.
Yeah.
You're not going to follow me around in the store and point at me to people, so I will video you.
So we have a state regulation that...
and it's not law. You're an idiot.
No. So you're going to insult me now. So my wife is a...
Leave her alone. God, leave her alone.
Infectious diseases.
Oh, is she?
What are you doing? This is between the two of us.
So what? Leave her alone. You got your mask on. You're safe. I'm sure you're vaccinated too.
He is. He has a badge that says it.
I do. So my wife is a doctor who specializes in infectious disease.
Nobody cares.
Of course it is.
Do you think that she just doesn't know what she's talking about?
It's her choice.
Actually, yes, I do think she doesn't know what she's talking
There's a store
about.
requirement and a state requirement. It's not her.
Mandates are illegal anyway.
It's
What are you
all of
even
our
in here
job
for?
as a community to come together.
You're not
and
even
make
shopping.
sure
You're
that
going
people
around
are
to
safe.
harass people.
And make sure that people
Come together right now.
Over masks.
are safe.
He was following
When they
me.
put the
He
rest
won't
of
leave
us
me
at
alone.
risk.
Put the rest of us at risk. He's vaccinated.
I know, and he has a badge on. Stop following me.
This is what happens when you go to Target.
I hate Target.
This is one of the reasons why I hate Target.
This should
People,
be a
people that do bullcrap like this always are in Target. Like, you don't see this at Walmart. Nobody comes up to you at Walmart.
Yeah, you're making a bad
Hell no.
decision.
Because most of the people in Walmart have guns.
I totally am. And I
Yes.
voted for Trump.
Yeah, you're a bad person.
You're a bad
for
person.
doing
I'm
that.
not a bad person because my mom was vaccinated and still ended up in the hospital with.
So, once again, I'm just saying, this doesn't happen at Walmart There are things that happen at Walmart. You have the People of Walmart. That's a great website, by the way. Hilarious stuff. People of Walmart. That's what happens at Walmart. People have guns at Walmart. People walk around with basically nothing on at Walmart. Nobody comes up and harasses anyone at Walmart unless it's a Walmart employee.
Well,
The only people that get harassed at Walmart are the Walmart employees.
that or Black Friday.
Right. Well, yeah, Black Friday is another thing because I'm talking about
But that's where you
regular
get harassed. I mean, other than
regular
that, yeah.
everyday Walmart shopping. You don't get like you walk into there's the guy standing at the door.
The door greeter.
And the very first few weeks, he was like, "Hey, can you put your mask on?" It's like, all right, you're being nice, okay. And then, but after a few days, no, don't know. And he can't stop you. Nobody can do anything. And so you have people like this guy who's like, my wife's a virologist, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? No one cares.
I love the whole, my wife is this, and this, which obviously might have a
And you're a stay-at-home
I was going to say, yeah,
husband?
you're a deadbeat guy who is living completely off of her, so you have nothing but time on your hands, so you can just walk around
Target
and harass people.
and harass women. What's wrong with you, dude?
COVID, it's her choice.
Yeah, well, they're very, very unusual.
Very, very unusual.
Had somebody die last week of
Doctor
COVID.
specializes in infectious disease. Are you saying that she just makes this stuff up? Is she
Probably.
Security guard is there, stopping him from going any further now.
policy? The state has a policy. You're putting the community at risk.
You're being harassing. You're harassing and setting a bad example.
Kudos to the people around her.
Right? Yeah. Thank you.
And they're all wearing masks, and but they're like, leave her alone. I love it.
They're all like, we don't like this either. We're just doing it to be nice.
Says it. He's been following me around the store yelling at me. Are you serious? Yes. These ladies have been very supportive. I know.
We're having a talk about it.
This is fantastic.
That's awesome.
I
Yeah.
love this.
And see, that's great.
Those are the good ones.
Yeah, that's good. Not the guy.
Not the guy.
Not the guy.
The guy's
The fact of everybody else around her.
yeah. No, and that's how it should be. That's really how it should be. If you get vaccinated, okay. If you wear the mask, okay.
Right.
If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that we are a nation that is being ran by people who are playing on fear. They give us examples. They give not even examples. They give us the quote unquote facts. But then we use their numbers and can make a logical decision on whether or not to act in such a way.
And then when we use their numbers to do those things, they're like, wait, you're using the numbers wrong.
Just
That's not how you use the numbers. We're going to block you on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter.
I'm just saying. I hate Target. This whole thing right here is because you don't have snooty liberal people walking around Walmart. Don't get me wrong. Now I do remember there was at one point. I mean, you'll have it on occasion. There was one actually it happened in Wake Forest Walmart. Some lady followed this guy around talking junk because he was open carrying in a Walmart.
Oh, buddy.
But
that guy's not going to do anything because one, open carrying.
it's legal in the state.
It's legal in the state.
She's just being a Karen.
Right, but the fact that she's being a Karen is going to he's not going to do anything because it would look bad on him.
Yeah, it would just prove that she's right.
And so he's not going to do anything.
Yeah, but still, she followed him around the store. She talked all kinds of junk to him, at him, about him.
For him. By him.
And recorded the whole thing. It was fantastic. So, I mean, you kind of on occasion will get something like that, but
Sure.
that's because what'll happen is these
The Karens got rid of Target. They got tired of Target.
Well, no, they go to Target and realize that it's cheaper at Walmart, and they can't find what they're looking for there, and
So they go to Walmart,
They go to
yeah.
Walmart. It's just like people leaving California going to Texas.
Yeah.
They decide, oh, this place sucks. I'm going to go ruin someplace else.
No. Did you just compare Walmart to Texas?
I did. In a loose way. It's not exactly Texas, but I'm saying you're taking a good
Get
thing
a little
and
bit
you're
of
trying to
everybody.
ruin it.
Get a little bit of
Okay,
everybody.
fine. It's Kentucky, okay?
All right, thanks.
Everyone is leaving Kentucky or leaving California going
For
to
Kentucky, yeah.
Or Chicago and going to Kentucky. How's
Sure,
that?
we'll do that. That's
Is
fine.
that better? Okay.
Yeah, all right. Speaking of people leaving places, you know that the border? You know that Rio Grande place?
Yeah.
The Rio Grandes.
Yeah, that it's a great burrito.
I hear.
Mhm.
I hear. I can't do the beans.
I know.
It sucks.
They're good beans, though. Just so you know, I've had them.
I have had them too.
They're fantastic beans.
Right. But anyway, so there's a big stink over the Rio Grande, as well as a couple other places in Texas, because they see a ton of this stuff happening. I'm just going to let the video roll on this one here.
All right, guys, what you're looking at right now is the U.S. side of the Rio Grande. That is a mass of several hundred illegal immigrants who have just crossed the Rio Grande, and look at this.
He's from the water.
Several hundred more streaming across as we speak. We're on a boat in the Rio Grande. This is the Mexican side of the river right now. You can see it's a never-ending stream. Hundreds of people crossing the Rio Grande basically every hour, and they're heading over to the International Bridge, which you can see in the background. Look at that mass of people. This is why the situation under the bridge continues to deteriorate. This is insane. The federal government has to wake up.
Wow.
Yeah, this is. You're right. When they're talking about under the bridge, they're talking about that area.
I know
it.
it. Yeah.
Rio Grande, where they have like hundreds and thousands of people under there, just kind of there.
Yeah.
Doing nothing.
See, that section right there would probably be a fantastic place to have, I don't know, Border Patrol.
Right.
Or even, National Guard.
Right.
Or dare I even cross the line and say American citizens with guns.
Kids with guns. Anyway, this is like a current, not quite current, but like past few days of under the bridge.
It's incredible. And because nobody wants to stop it.
Yeah. Because our federal government doesn't want to do anything about it. So you just have stuff like that. And the funny thing is, like, where they were walking, it's actually it's like a dam right there. Mm-hmm. That's like a little dam, and it's actually overflowing over top of the dam. So there's a perfectly straight concrete path for them to walk across.
Yeah, they made it easy for them.
It is super easy to walk across now. Not even that big of a distance,
Let's just make this helpful for you
Couple
guys.
100 feet, solid concrete path with a little water rolling over top of it. It's not like you're going to fall.
Don't worry, fellas. We've made this better for you.
Made it easy.
Enjoy.
Made it real easy.
That's just, ugh.
It's crazy.
And again, we're not doing anything about it. But,
Nope.
those guys are not being checked for diseases. They're not having to worry about being vaccinated
Oh,
or anything
no.
like that. The whole working mandate thing has nothing to do with illegals or has nothing to do with
It's just the American
it's just
citizen.
the American citizen. And again, we're taking it.
To the limit.
No.
One more time.
In the tail end.
Right.
Well, with a
that's-
smile on our faces, apparently, because
not me,
nobody's saying or doing anything about it.
Yeah.
B from the SAV. Other than moms and yoga pants, what's so special about Target? He's got a point.
You've got a really good point.
He's got a point.
It's super expensive.
It is.
So the funny thing.
really
Okay, so here's
is.
the one problem. Like, I had to go to Target the other week
Mm-hmm.
because my daughter needed pants.
Okay.
My oldest.
Okay.
She needed pants, and they had to be pants.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't be jeggings. They couldn't be leggings. They couldn't be any. They had to be jeans, basically,
Okay.
because the school that she's going to was all about no skirts, no dresses, girls, jeans.
Because they're going to start because they're allowing boys to go in the bathrooms. But I digress. Go ahead.
Anyway, so we had to get daughter jeans, pants, stuff like that. Well, I went to Walmart, and then I went to another Walmart, and then I went to another location,
And didn't find nothing.
and then I went to the secondhand stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So I was forced to go to Target.
You know why? Because everybody else did the same thing. They're like, screw it, we're not going into Target.
Right. So I was forced to go to Target to buy my daughter pants. By God, I walked away with 4 pairs of pants and $120 less.
Oh.
Or not 4, 5 pairs.
Still.
5 pairs. But still, it was a lot of money
That's crazy.
for nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy. No,
Like
that's bad. The only thing that I could think of that Target was ever good for is their diapers. Like their store brand diapers are actually pretty good.
Are they? I don't know.
Yeah. And you can catch them, and it's usually once a month. You can catch them on sale.
Oh.
where you can buy like the big box or whatever. But I don't have
You don't have
kids in
children that
diapers.
age, so-
Yeah, so
Whatever. It doesn't matter
why
anymore.
would I need to worry about that?
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't know.
Anyway, so in response to the migrant crisis at Del Rio, Texas, the Biden administration has begun large-scale deportation efforts
Okay.
to fly Haitians
Haitians.
back home.
Just Haitians.
Yep.
But is it only Haitians making it to the border?
I don't know.
I'm going to guarantee you the answer to that is probably a big fat no. Matter of fact, and I don't know this for sure, but I'm going to go on a limb and say that that's probably the smallest demographic there.
Adam W. Johnson, real quick. My youngest son works at Target. Just saying.
I'm sorry, and we will pray for your son.
And also, I hope that he finds a good boyfriend.
That's fucked up, dude. that's fucked up. Oh my God.
Sorry. It was there.
Wow.
It was there.
That was so bad that made me say a bad word out of like, holy cow. That,
Your reaction made it worth it.
oh my God.
Love you, buddy.
Oh my God. Holy cow. I am so sorry about that. Continuing on. I'm going to forget that part ever happened.
Nope. That's going to go down in history.
That damn thing's going to end up on TikTok. You watch.
Yeah, it will. In what the Associated Press is calling one of America's swiftest large-scale expulsions of migrants and refugees in decades, the Haitian migrants are being given $100 in free COVID tests upon their return to Haiti.
Oh, good. So we're paying for them to be tested too. That's fantastic.
According to Marie-Laure Jean-Charles of the Office of National Migration, more than 320 migrants were taken back to Port-au-Prince in 3 separate flights on Sunday.
Sorry, I'm looking up. I want to see how many
What are
different.
you-
I
Oh,
want
the
to
board
see that.
demogra- yeah, it's gonna be-
I
you're
want to
not
look at the
gonna-
demographics, and they're probably not going to have it.
Well, there's an estimated 12,600 migrants that are camped under the bridge at Del Rio, where the authorities have described the situation as, quote, out of control.
Yeah, we saw the video and the pictures. We've seen how it's out of control, and the fact of the matter is they could stop it if they chose to, but they're not. Because then they could sit here and go, oh, it's just too much. It's just too much. I don't know what to do. It's just too much for us.
Yeah.
Knowing very well that all you have to do,
It's just say no.
not even say no. Border Patrol, get your ass there. National Guard, line the hell up. Authorize and allow civilians to sit on the thing and say, you cross that river, I'm going to shoot you.
Done.
That is an invasion. Period.
It is. You're right.
I hate it. Oh, it's getting out of control because you allowed it to. You sorry sack of crap.
Wow. Adam W. Johnson, actually, you might be right. I don't ask it. He don't tell.
Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Of course it can't be found. Why would it be found?
It wouldn't be found. But here's the big number. 12,600 people currently at the time of the reporting. They sent back 320.
Told you. Like, I've not even got the numbers up yet, and I'm telling you, that's why they did it, because it's cheaper. It's the smaller of the group.
Yeah, they sent back the smallest number to say that, oh, we're spending so much money to do all this.
I'm going to throw it, and this is honest, and y'all can laugh at me. I don't
Sure,
care.
yeah.
Okay? I'm decent with geography, except, hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on.
It's not you.
I'm decent at geography. Everything across the water.
Yeah.
But when it comes from equator, from anything past Mexico
You don't pay attention.
down, I have no earthly idea. Okay? So
Yeah.
this is a pretense.
All right.
I thought Haiti was an island. Is that right? Is Haiti an island? I hate to sound stupid, but I believe Haiti is an island.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
It is.
It's an island.
It's Dominican Republic. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's an island,
Yeah. How'd they get there?
do you see what I'm saying? They're going to go for the ones that come off the island.
Yeah.
They're not going to handle the people that are coming from El Salvador.
It's actually not just off the island. It's off the island in Cuba.
Cuba.
It's a side island next to Cuba.
Yeah.
Which means that technically they should have gone to Florida first. How the hell?
Because they island jumped because it's...
No. You don't island jump from Haiti to Cuba.
Well, apparently they did.
You can't island jump to Cuba.
Well, it's closer to go to Cuba than it is Jamaica or the Bahamas. And
Come on, pretty mama.
But look, so go over here real fast. The other way.
Oh, look, you can go. Oh, this is how they went. They went down through here.
Maybe. Like there's all kinds of options. But the fact of the matter is that, look, you got Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador,
Yucatan.
Belize.
Guatemala.
I love Belize. I don't care what anybody says.
That's good times.
Mexico.
Costa Rica.
No, but I mean, that's going further south because you don't have that. But yeah, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, and even Belize is English speaking, so they don't bother it. And then you got all of Mexico,
Right.
and all they do is just walk to get up to our
Or
border.
ride buses. Yeah.
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 And no, that's where the
There
people
we
are
are.
coming from. That's where everything is.
Mm-hmm. And here's Del Rio right here. So basically,
Which is off the Rio Grande.
they basically had to go like quite a far way. That's quite a ways. Like if we're talking about Haiti, once again, it's an island next to
Cuba. On
next
the
to
other side of Cuba.
Yeah, on the Florida past the Florida side of Cuba. You know, going the other way. There is not close,
No.
and there's no reason for them to have gone all the way around. It would have been better for them to have said, "Hey, if we want to go there, we should just go to Florida because we can just go to Florida."
Yeah.
Why are people in Haiti going all the way around when they could have just gone to Florida? Who got them flights or boats to go around onto the mainland?
Yeah, because it's a long way. Should have put that up on the thing just because. But
Just
it doesn't
really
matter.
though, who did it?
It's a long way.
Who gave them that money?
Yeah.
Who passed them through?
I don't know the distance, to be completely honest, but it's not
It's quite a ways.
it's not a short one.
Yeah.
It's a couple thousand miles. Especially if you're doing the looping and the cutting and everything else.
Mhm.
You're going to travel a couple thousand miles from an island. And again, let's stop those people and send those folks back. Not the countless, again,
Others that are literally just on the other
Hondurans
side
and
of
El
the border.
Salvadorans and all these guys, Mexicans and all
Mexico
these guys
cities, yeah.
that are powering through. Don't touch none of those. Don't say nothing to those. No. Let's get the 300 Haitians.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this junk.
Yep. That's what it
I
is.
hate it so bad. B from the SCV. Congrats at DOA Show. You spend a large part of a segment on diapers and simple geography. Tomorrow we'll review the alphabet and research how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
It's 3.
Must admit, it's better than old Biden talk.
Because at least we can speak and not mumble.
Today's show is brought to you by the letter A. Oh,
As in, what an asshat.
and the letter D for dumbass.
And dickhead.
The number 2. Because there's 2 of us.
And also, that's what Biden is. A number 2.
He's a giant number 2.
Yep. And finally, a teachers union in Massachusetts claims that the state's standardized tests have allowed for white supremacy to flourish.
It still makes me laugh.
I know,
All I
right?
read was the headline, and I couldn't. It's just Massachusetts,
Yep, that one.
a predominantly white state.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And the Northeast?
Yeah. Predominantly white state. I'm not saying there aren't black folks there, but it's predominantly white.
Yes.
and a teachers union. Most unions are
Yeah. Yeah.
predominantly rich white people, at least to run it.
Yeah.
They're saying that it leads and opens to white supremacy. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. The MTA, Massachusetts Teachers Union Association, there you go, wants to strip the MCAS, or the Massachusetts Comprehension Assessment System, completely as part of the graduation requirements for students. Quote, the implementation of MCAS and other standardized tests that has had the exact opposite effect of what it's supposed to occur when the system was introduced 20 years ago. Now, that I will agree with.
But that's because
Standardized testing does absolutely nothing across the board on anything. It's just a way for government officials to position these children into groups.
yes. But that's also what happens when you teach to the test.
Yes. And so because you teach to the test, and instead of teaching to educate, you only teach to remember.
Yeah.
These kids don't know anything by the time they graduate.
You're not teaching them how to think. You're teaching them what to think.
Right. And they know nothing.
Yeah.
They know absolutely nothing.
This is so stupid.
Going
Take
through.
it your sigh is going to tell me it gets better.
Well, probably. The union is backing the bill to give students, quote, multiple pathways to show their educational competency apart from the MCAS standardized system. Public schools are in predominantly black and brown communities have been taken over by the state's bureaucrats who have been using standardized testing as a tool not to improve opportunities for students, but instead as one to pry public education from the hands of the families and educators who know best what their students need. I don't disagree, but it's not just black and brown students.
No, it's
all
of them.
students. You're focusing on the black and brown students, so that's where you see it.
Yeah, and
But
again,
it's everywhere.
yeah, you're doing it from the angle of, well, we don't have good teachers in good schools in these black and brown communities. Nah, 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 nah. Again, like we were talking about, you're not looking at the fact that your child is being programmed.
Completely.
Your child is not being taught anything. In the state of Massachusetts, and anywhere else for that matter, most
pretty much
public
not really.
schooling, most, I
Yeah.
don't know all of them, most public schooling is there to program your child to get ready for the
A job.
workforce. Yeah, that's it.
A job.
Not to be a free thinker.
Nope.
Not to be independent. Not to be creative.
And not to actually be able to rely upon themselves to do something in their life.
Yeah. Not to make themselves happy, but to be a cog in a wheel that they decide they want it to be, because they'll be convinced from beginning to end, oh, well, this is all you can do. It's everyone else's fault because you're not going to get where you want to dream. I know young Timmy and young Deshaun and whatever else name you want to throw.
You can be whatever you want to
Jesus,
be.
all of you want to be whatever you want to be, but sadly, you're not going to be able to be what you want to be because all of these other demographics and things have kept you down.
And by the way, come graduation, you'll know exactly where you're going to have to go
Yep.
because we're going to tell you.
I understand you like the idea of college, but college is
You
not
don't need
for
college.
you.
College isn't going to be for you.
It's
Look
not
at your-
for you.
Look at your standardized testing, okay? It's not for you.
It's all about white supremacy. They're just trying to hold you down. It's racist.
Yeah, you should instead go to this primarily black college.
Not only, well, it doesn't even matter what college you go to. The fact of the matter is that right out the chute, you're trying to tell them that they're not smart enough based on, as they stand, which I would argue if that's the case as the school, that's
Wrong.
partly your fault to blame.
Yes, because you're teaching to the test.
You're teaching to the test. You're doing this.
You're doing it wrong, is what we're saying.
It's so many words.
You're doing it wrong.
You're screwing them out the gate and then trying to blame everybody else and then play off this game so you could turn around and go, well, we need more funding.
Like, I tell you what, once again, my sister's a teacher. She's a third grade teacher. And she was crushed by the amount of limitations that she had. Especially as new standards came out.
I know.
She just kept getting crushed more and more and more.
I
until
think
she was so close to quitting.
Your sister's an awesome teacher. I would love to see her in a
Free?
either a free public school setting or a private school setting.
Oh my gosh.
I would love to see that.
She would be freaking amazing.
I would love that. If
Like
I could pull something like that off, that'd be fantastic.
If she can take an actual F student that hasn't been in school since the day he was, since the day he could be, and make him an A student, before they pulled him out halfway through the year.
Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter. Prove standardized testing is racist. Show your work.
They can't.
They can.
They
But you know
can't.
what we could prove is that AmericanPrideRoasters.com is historically great coffee and that it is guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth.
I'm going to prove it right now.
Prove it? All right, here we go. Here's testing right on the air, live. Swallowed it.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. You
delicious.
just couldn't help but swallow it.
No, that's right.
Look, the world is going to hell, and it's a crappy place and time to be, but you know what? At least you can have a great cup of Joe in your cup. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Don't forget the Mojo 50s. They have a website, mojo50.com. You can hit it on the radio, iHeartRadio, Mojo 50 radio button for 24/7 free speech talk.
Yep, you got our website, DOAShow.com, and all the social medias at DOA Show. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Bye.